Well, hello my friends. How you guys doing? Hope you guys doing well. Hope your New Year's is starting off well. It's January 16th, 2026 by the time of this recording. Just giving it a little bit of an intro before I go ahead and release the other videos that I have already recorded months prior before the New Year's. Had a little computer issue, but I already went ahead and resolved it. Ended up having to get a new hard drive and all that crazy stuff. Everything's back to normal, as you can see. I ended up having to re-download an updated version of my editing software, which I'm about to go ahead and edit these videos for you guys. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get to editing, and hope you guys enjoyed these videos that I already went ahead and did months prior. Love you guys. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. All right, gone. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys doing great. I hope you guys been doing well. It has been some months, and it is November, and it's also fall, arguably the best season in the history of Earth. Fight me in the comments. I have to tell you guys, I had the most stressful week. I was supposed to be recording last week. I did do a little bit of recording, but things went south and I kind of crashed out a little bit. So I figured, you know what, next week we're going to start all over, which is this week now. And we're just going to go ahead and get straight into it. In the last Celica video, I told you guys that I wanted to do the AC system. That is not happening. Instead, we are going to be focusing on the low control arms. Now, I already got this one done. This was a pain to do, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be as well, but it's probably not going to be that much of a pain as this one, because I figured out how to remove this bushing right here. Now, what do I mean by frustrating? Well, as you guys can see, I have tried numerous amounts of tools. This is a ball joint separator tool. This is the add-ons and stuff, and I was hoping that that setup worked, but it deemed futile. So since these didn't want to work, I dug deeper. I went ahead and got a bearing erase seal driver set, and it almost did work. In case you guys wondering, this is a 59 mil that actually fits around the perimeter, but this didn't even work because of how stuck on that guy was. But wait, there's more. I even went out and bought a torch, and that seemed to not work and everything. I mean, the torch works and everything, but the torch method didn't. And what I've tried to do was torch the outside perimeter of this part of the metal and everything, so that way this guy will come out. But as you guys can see, I ended up having to cut it. This was the main thing that I was trying to avoid, because I somewhat ended up cutting the inside of it. It's not bad. Look how it is. It's not bad. It should still work, but that's what I was trying to do, and I don't have a handheld hex saw to avoid that from happening, but I had to make do. Now, I did try to use the rotary tool method, but that kept taking way too long than what I expected, so that what made me bring out the electric saw. Now, I don't want to say too much money is being wasted. I could use this for future projects and stuff, so I'm glad to have them. All right, so here's my official method. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a drill with a drill bit. All right, and what we're going to do, we're going to drill holes all the way around this bushing until it gets to its weakest, and then we're going to push it out. Then after that, we can use the saw. We're going to carefully cut that metal piece. Where is it? Just like this one, we're going to cut it like this to the point where it's all the way cut, and then we could go ahead and use a chisel that I got from Harbor Freight, and then we're going to just puncture that out. So that's the method right now. There we go. Ow! I mean, that worked. Kind of hurt. I cannot believe this took me an entire week to get this out on that guy. Trying to do different methods and trying to avoid cutting, but had to make do. but at least we got it out within minutes. I also didn't gouge this one, so this came out good. Now, my next objective is to drill this guy out. On the other one, I'm just gonna leave alone because this one seems to be in fair shape. Now, if this do degrade for, you know, for whatever reason, I can always take this out and, you know, replace it with the other bushing that I have. I'm show you guys in a little bit. Now, unlike the bushing that was in here, this doesn't have the metal race right there. Instead, it doesn't even have a race at all. You just drill out the bushings, and then what you want to do, you want to file this the circumference, and I'm going to take the extra step in terms of sanding it down so that way it can be smooth. There we go. To be honest with y'all, it's actually smooth on the inside. I'm gonna just still file it a little bit more. I might not need to sand this. So, yep. All right guys, so now that we got this part out of the way, it is now time to install our brand new bushings. Now I got these bushings about good 3 weeks ago. Let me pick that guy up. But yeah, I got these bushings about a good 3 weeks ago and everything off of eBay, mind you. No other places, not even Toyota, sell these. So I ended up finding these on eBay. It said it's a direct fit and it looks the same as the original one that we drilled out, so we shall see. Now this is what we call the freezer method, and especially for bushings like this. So basically you just put this in the freezer for a certain amount of time, let the material shrink, so when it's time to go ahead and do this job, we can go ahead and install these on the load control arm. Oh, and by the way, once we take this out of the freezer, we do have a very short time limit to go ahead and get these installed before the material expands. You don't want that. Now obviously before installing bushings, you want to put the grease on the inside where the metal is. On the inside, guys. So that way, for whatever reason, you need to change them out again, you can always replace them with some brand new ones. That's if they make any more, because these cars are getting old. Now again, our method is to take this out of freezer and unwrap it and install it as quickly as possible before the material expands. Alright, just coming outside. We'll do this real quick. Hopefully it fits. Oh yeah, it'll fit. Come on, let's see if I can just hammer this on there. Low key going in. Alright, well that's a fail. I might have to see if I can press this thing in. Of course a method would work while everything is off camera. As you can see, I'm pressing it in. Y'all ready to see me struggle? Watch this. You know what? I got an idea. Alright guys, so the sun is actually setting right now, so I went ahead and put this bushing on. However, this is where things went downhill. I went to go put on this bushing and I kind of destroyed it. Let me see if I can find it. There it is, right here. So I actually destroyed it and everything, and I had no other choice but to drill it and, you know, tap it out and everything. And at least I got another bushing that I could put in. Now don't get me wrong, I did find some low control arms on eBay and everything. The thing was, I just wanted to see if I can just, like, you know, replace the bushings themselves instead of spending a few extra dollars and stuff. This sucks. See, I didn't even get a chance to put in the other bushing and everything. I am not touching this, because if this is going to be a nuisance, then I'm not even going to try to attempt to drill this out. I'll probably just find some new control arms like I mentioned I found on eBay, and then just go ahead and install this. So I know for sure if I go ahead and install this one will be fine. It's just this part that's going to be a nuisance on the other control arm, not this one obviously. Well, good morning everyone. It's actually the next day. Yesterday was kind of a fail. We went ahead and got the old bushings and stuff out. We attempted to put one of the bushings in, but one of the other bushings I ended up destroying. I still got one more left, but I'm going to leave the rest up to a shop or whatever the case may be, somebody who specializes in installing bushings for the lower control arms, instead of me stressing myself and my tools and F around and breaking them. Instead, we're just going to keep moving forward. we're gonna go ahead and clean my rack and pinion. I already got everything set up with the hose and stuff. I got some degreaser over there, and we're just gonna go ahead and get at it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm a little more worried about this bushing and stuff. I really wanted to change it, but these things, they're impossible to find. Even Toyota, they don't sell these bushings anymore. But what we're gonna do, we're just gonna full send it. And don't worry about this rust on this shaft. I got something to clean that up with. Alright guys, rack and pinion is all cleaned up and ready to go. I'm not too much worried about the lines. I got one line that I'm going to be replacing. I am going to replace the other line, you know, just because. And I went ahead off camera and clean the sway bar bushing brackets. So I'm going to load all this up and I'll catch you guys at the shop. Alrighty guys, so we are back at the shop. Got the rack and pinion right there, subframe right there, the sway bar stabilizer right there. We have the brackets for the sway bar bushings, and here are the bushings themselves that I got from Toyota, and here is the part number in case you guys are interested. Let me see, there we go, part number for the bushings. And I was surprised that they still had those. So we're just gonna go ahead and slap everything together. I'll probably just start by putting the rack and pinion on the subframe first, and then see about installing those two into the engine bay, and then we could go ahead and slap the bar itself with the bushings and brackets inside the engine bay themselves. For the sway bar, just set this down real quick. Alright guys, so we got the rack and pinion installed alongside with the sway bar stabilizer with new bushings, and for reference, here's my old ones right here. And we're gonna go ahead and get this thing installed. But before I do that, I told you guys earlier that I want to go ahead and get rid of this rust on this shaft. And not only just this, we have to get rid of the rust that splines inside of this guy right here. And there's one more thing I have to clean up. If you guys have been watching my videos when I went to go ahead and uninstall the subframe, you guys know that all this dirt and rust came from one of the bolt holes. You guys ain't gonna be able to see it, but those are the only 3 things I have to clean, and then we could go ahead and install the subframe. Alright guys, so now we about to go ahead and install the subframe system. Here's my setup with my 4-jack. Alright, and this is the same setup that I used when I took the whole system out. So I'm going to use the same method to go ahead and install it. I also went ahead and put anti-seize on the splines of the steering shaft. So for whatever reason, if I have to replace it, this won't be as difficult like it was last time when I took this thing out. Yeah, we in position. We in position, I think. Stuck on something. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm kind of there. I still got to maneuver this side a little bit on the driver's side. I got the spline connected with that, not all the way, but just connected enough so that way I can swivel this thing around some. I don't know how well this camera angle is, but I'm underneath the passenger side, but I got this side aligned. It's just the driver's side I got to do. And again, I don't know how good this camera angle is. I'm on the driver's side. I went ahead and got this side on. Had to use some muzzle. This subframe has dials, so that's a good helpful thing. Subframe system is officially installed with the rack and pinion and the sway bar link. It's unfortunate that we didn't get the lower left and right control arm, but I'm not going to stress too much. We're going to get those done. This was one of the main things that I needed to get done, and I don't think the subframe system is going to be too much in the way once we do the AC system. So that is 1, 2, let's go over here. That is 3 and 4 things done. Now obviously we still have a few more things to do and a couple more things to get in order for this whole thing to be finished. I mean, well, at least we got one of the main things knocked out, so that's a plus. There's still a few more things we have to do and a few more things we have to tackle before we go ahead and marry the engine and transmission back together and put this beautiful 5S right back inside of its home. But unfortunately, until then, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. I just wanted to throw at least 2, maybe 3 more videos out for you guys because I am doing another video. You guys gonna have to see that and stay tuned for that. I just wanted to at least throw a few more videos out before the year ends. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, you guys already know what to do. Like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to your boy. With that being said, guys, I am out. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.